Who do you have around you? What does your circle of friends look like? The people that's really, really close to you. Are they worthy of your friendship? Are you worthy of their friendship? Do they tell you when you're wrong? Or do they just agree with everything that you say? Real friendship is something that's very difficult to find because it's very hard to be a really good friend because you always want to have all these good times with them. But when the bad times come, you got to be able to react to those bad times, whether you're telling them they're wrong or you're going to visit them in the hospital or you're helping them out. Today, we're going to look at Mark chapter 2, verse 3 and 4. And it reads, "Some men came, bringing to him, Jesus, a paralytic carried by four of them. Since they could not get to Jesus because of the crowd, they made an opening in the roof above Jesus. And after digging through it, lowered the mat the paralyzed man was lying on." This paralyzed man needed to go see Jesus. At this point in time, Jesus was very popular. The crowd was just like all around him to the point they couldn't even, wherever he was, whatever house he was in, people were all around. They could not get to Jesus. These men carried this man, this paralyzed man, on their shoulders from wherever they got him from, all the way to where they knew Jesus was. I was going to say thought, but knew where Jesus was. So they got this man and they were determined. These are real friends. They are going to do whatever it takes to get this man to Jesus. They are determined. Let's stop right there. Let's stop with the determined thing. The path to Jesus is open. Any of us can bring folks to Christ. Just as determined as these men were to bring this man to Christ, we should be that way to bring other believers into the fold to Christ. Okay, so let me just throw that out there. Now, the determination of these men were they did not let the crowd stop them. They did not let something deter them from what they wanted to do, to be successful, to get this man to Christ. When it comes to our goals and being successful, we, and I mean we, I'm throwing me into the we got to be determined to be successful. Here's the thing. When I say do whatever it takes, I'm not talking about something illegal. I'm not talking about something wrong. I'm talking about pushing yourself to the limits. I see the obstacles. And as I see the obstacles, it don't matter. Because you know what? As I'm approaching the obstacles, what these men were doing was they were like, got to think on the fly. Let's see, Jesus is in the house. We can't get through this crowd. There's a whole bunch of sick people there. But what I can do is get over possibly to the side and climb up on the roof. And then we can put a hole in the roof and we just lower him around right to Jesus. Because Jesus is probably somewhere in the center of the house, probably in the living room of that house. I don't know. This is what I'm imagining these men thinking. And these friends, this man had four friends that were real friends. He was worth carrying on their shoulders. That's why I asked you in the beginning of this, who are your friends? Who are the people around you? Are they worth putting on your shoulder and carrying? Are you worth being put on someone's shoulder and carried? When we're talking about considering others, we also want people to consider us as well. At the end of the day, when it's all done and said, who's around you? Because these men put this man on his shoulder, got up on that roof, put a hole in somebody's roof, and lowered this man to Jesus. And as you read on in the story, this man was healed by Jesus. He was able to take his mat and walk. What I'm saying to you today is, number one, you have to keep folks around you that's worth to carry. And two, folks around you that you can carry. Secondly, you got to be determined to be successful, to be good, to look at your goal. Third, The path to Jesus, there's it isn't a crowd. It isn't obstacles there. It's a matter of you getting your mind made up to go to Christ. At the end of the day, who is in your circle? The message is yours. Remember, happiness is not getting what you want, but wanting what you have. Until next time, take care. Peace.